Let's get things going.
How we doing?
Episode 74 of Burns and Berman.
Hi everyone. I guess that Jack just hates us because he's not here.
For real.
But we have a lot to go into today.
We do. Busy show.
And a few of the topics, starting off obviously what we all did this whole weekend,
Yes.
which is what I'm guessing is we all just sat at home and we watched basketball literally all day from Thursday until Sunday.
Yes.
But then also we got these NFL rule changes that came in today, and one of them that I am pretty passionate about that I do want to talk about is the rule to ban the hip drop tackle.
Yeah. First of all, it's not a surprise. I mean, we knew this was coming.
No, we knew it was coming, but actually seeing it happen. One of the biggest things that I thought of right when I saw that this morning was when I was younger and I played football, they have to teach you how to tackle. It's one of the first things that you go over is how to tackle somebody and how to do it where you're not just leading with your head, whatever. I don't know how these coaches over the next 5-10 years are going to teach kids how to tackle. Yeah. I don't know how they're going to do it. Almost every single way that at least our generation was taught when they were kids to tackle when you played football has been banned by now.
Yeah.
Like they used to teach us, you put your face mask like into the shoulder pads basically, and then you wrap up and you take them to the ground, which that's almost like impossible in game situations like that quickly. Which that's also the same situation with the hip drop. Players don't do it on purpose. They don't do it.
We don't know that.
They don't do it to injure. No, Josh.
Well, they don't do it to injure. That's true.
That is the most
using
efficient
the
way.
Technique is not an issue. It's
exactly. That is the most efficient way to tackle somebody in the secondary if you're trailing. If you're trailing behind them, that is the easiest way to tackle somebody in the secondary, and that's now gone. That's gone. And, another big thing with all these fucking rule changes, we've seen the NFL make tons and what the fuck are you doing? We've seen the NFL make tons and tons of rule changes about the defense. The defense can't do this. They can't do that. What about the offense?
Well,
nothing.
All of these are safety related.
A lot of them are, but also just a lot of rule changes in general. They all favor the offense.
Well, yeah. Obviously.
And I think that a big reason because of that is because you looked at last season, Josh. You looked at last season and you saw that it was so much more low scoring than it was before. Okay. I think it was the average drop by 6-7 points a game?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. And that's what a lot of people are alluding this to. Is that it's a part of the NFL's response to the low scoring that happened last season.
I don't think that is it at all.
I don't think that's it either, but it sure helps. The scoring will be up if you can't tackle like that, and it's a 15-yard penalty every single time. I hate the rule change.
So
here, you go. I just went on that little rant. You go.
I agree that I don't like the rule. First of all, here's my big thing is when you are making a rule change to help make the game safer, which would benefit the players, and then the players come out and say that this is a bad idea, that's a red flag to me.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. The whole point, let's make this game safer. Great. All for it. Anyone who, the basic principle of let's have our star players get injured less. If you don't like that, then I can't talk to you. That's obvious. But when you're trying to make a safety change and the players that would, in theory, benefit from it are saying, not this way, I don't get it. You talk about the players and the coaches. I'm talking about the officials because I saw a video of the NFL putting out the tackles are trying to eliminate.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is if you watch that video, it's about 50-50. About 50% of them, if you watch them, it's like, okay, I can see the potentially dangerous element. I see what they're trying to take out. Fine, fair. And then the other half in the same video look very routine and so that's with it slow-mo and that's with multiple angles. These officials are not perfect, and most will argue they're not very good. And I would agree. Not to mention they're not even full-time employees.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you expect this to get enforced is my big thing, because it's such a tough thing. Now the reports are saying that that they're trying that at least this upcoming season it's going to be more significantly more fines than penalties. Like that's going to be how they're trying to get rid of it, is with more off the field you're fined than, and they're going to save the egregious ones maybe for penalties, which if that is the case, and only if that is the case, all right, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I don't get it. And another thing that's interesting is something I've heard Ray Lewis talk about a lot over the years, especially when he's on the Manning cast, because the Mannings and Ray Lewis are boys, and they talk all the time. And something that Ray talks about all the time is how tackling has changed. Not because of the rules, because of the players. And he talks about how like angles and like basic fundamentals of tackling are gone now. And that's because of the rule changes, because they're not like the way that they used to be taught to wrap up hasn't been taught anymore, because they thought it maybe could contribute to the illegal forms of tackling, even when sometimes they're not. I just saw this clip on my timeline here. It's Ray Lewis, known as one of the hardest hitters of all time. Right, I'm pulling this up right now.
Yeah.
You tell me if these tackles under current rules, and now not all of Ray Lewis's hits, these specific ones, not like this is a legal tackle.
Yards on this play. Ray Lewis.
These are legal tackles under today's rules, but you never see players tackle like this anymore.
No.
That's legal. That's wrapping up and taking him down. And that's kind of his whole point, where it's like, what are we doing? None of these tackles are outlawed. They're harder hitted for sure. Like they might get some penalties because of how hard he's hitting them.
Yeah.
But in terms of the technique, you don't see players using that anymore. And that's something that I've heard Ray talk about time and time and time again.
Yeah.
That I agree with. I mean, it makes sense. And I hope that maybe that's something that we can say.
I just feel like, kind of like what you said, how every single player came out and just said that it was a bunch of BS and that it shouldn't be banned. It's just kind of ridiculous, man. I just don't see the perspective on this. And I've seen a lot of players come out and attack the NFLPA, saying that it literally does nothing because the player association,
that's been a thing forever. The NFLPA is shit. We've known that for a long time.
The player association, all the players don't want to ban, but the player association is the one who is pushing for it to be banned. And they're all
no. They did put out a statement that they disagree with it. They didn't. They didn't get like a vote.
I forgot who it was.
They did put out a statement saying they disagree.
I forgot who it was, but I saw Jaquan Britzker retweeted it. It was like, I swear to God, my housing association does more than the NFLPA does. And it was the funniest thing ever. But also, at the same time, I think that Big Cat worded it perfectly. And this was also one of the first things I thought of when I saw this rule implemented, is that I could totally see this impacting a game at a horrible time, that a ref calls it out of nowhere during like a crunch time 2-minute drill. It has it written all over it. Over it.
And it's and the thing is, and why it has it written all over it, and you hear the complaints now, is because this is one of those ultimate judgment call stuff.
Yep.
This is not one of those like, all right, you held him. It's obvious.
Yeah.
This is the way you tackled him is now against the rules. And that is such a judgment call. It's not like you can see with your own eyes, you grabbed him. That's pass interference. There's no question. It's setting the officials up for failure. Because if you do call it, oh, come on. And then if you don't call it, it's like, well, that's a rule now. Why aren't you calling it?
Yeah, no.
And that's such a fine line. That is very interesting to see how they...
With all these tackles, they could debate it 24/7, saying, oh, it is, but oh, it isn't. Oh, but that one wasn't that hard, so let's not call that one. It depends. I mean, dude, I could totally see some games, which, I mean, obviously this happens in the NFL right now with all penalties, where there's some games where they call everything. And there's some games where they don't call anything at all.
It happens in all sports. Yeah. You saw one in the GCU Alabama game last night.
GCU, Alabama. Oh, I was out.
I mean, they were letting everything go. Like, they let them play. I was about as physical a game as you'll ever see. And you know why? It's because the officials were okay with that type of game being played. And then other games, like the what game am I talking about? Am I thinking of? The New Mexico game last night. These guys are fouling out in overtime because they kept calling the fouls.
New Mexico, Houston game.
Oh, Houston. I'm sorry. Houston.
Yeah.
And A&M.
Which,
A&M.
oh my God.
Unbelievable game.
Gave me a fucking heart attack, dude. That was wild. I have Houston in my championship. I was sweating there, dude. That was a great game. But yeah, I think that's a good transition into March Madness.
Yeah, let's go.
We got to look at it. Guys, you know, I heard for years, and one of my buddies told me a story when we were watching the games on Thursday, that his family, every year he has a big family, and it's like $100 a person, and they do a big bracket pool, right? With like 50 people, you know, big prize if you win. The person who won last year, his 3-year-old little cousin just clicking random buttons on her dad's phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's who won. And that's how I
got a story on that too. In 8th grade, we did a bracket pool with my grade. Mm-hmm. And the girl that won our bracket pool not only who has not watched a single college basketball game in her life, not only did she win our bracket pool, she had a top 100 bracket in the world.
Yeah. It's nuts.
I'm sure crazy. She doesn't even remember that happening to her because it was a free bracket pool for fun. I'm sure if I saw her and reminded her of that, she probably completely forgot about it. I use that example every single year. I'm never gonna forget that for the rest of my life because it's such a crazy example. Someone who's not because it wasn't like she just won the bracket pool. She had a top 100 bracket in the world because she nailed the Final Four and national championship game.
That's crazy. That is crazy getting all that right. But all right. I got to show you boys if you didn't see it. I posted on Twitter and it did pretty well. But this is where I'm at right now. Rank number 660,000.
Not first place in our bracket challenge, however.
Yes, I am not right now. But
we got David in our bracket challenge right now, who's going crazy. Yeah, at least I assume he's still in first.
I'll hop in here.
Second. Right now. And my friend, Dylan Sofer, is a friend of mine.
Yeah.
Who... I couldn't believe that either. But shout out to Little Sofer and then to David, who is one of our Twitch viewers. I know David, but Dylan Sofer's a friend of mine.
Yep, there we go. Fed's got a good bracket too.
Fetterman texted me too. He said, I've never had a year this good of a bracket ever.
Yeah. I mean, also because, dude, all the favorites are winning. All
in the second round, yeah.
Yeah. But here's mine right now. And then Josh, I'll pull up yours right after this. Here's mine. Yours is just the next network on there, right?
Yeah.
So far, I am lucky enough where my whole Elite 8 is still alive.
I believe I have 7 of my Elite 8. My problem is that I have 8 or 9 Sweet 16, but 7 or 8 of my Elite 8. So I can bounce right back in the next round where I can kind of run the table, but the first 2 rounds were kind of messy. But the teams I have going far, with the exception of Kentucky, and because I think I had Kansas in the Elite 8. Yeah, but Kentucky I had in the Elite 8, and then maybe Kentucky.
The only spots where I really fucked up on was I had Baylor going. I had Baylor going to the Sweet 16, and then I had South Carolina upsetting Creighton, which they lost.
Francis Cobb 820. All right, and Fetterman. All right, listen to this. I had Clemson in the Sweet 16. And you guys told me that Clemson sucked. And you know what I did? I had them losing in the first round. When originally I had them in my Sweet 16.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better.
Yeah. Let's see. Here you are. Here's Josh. Let's see. Who are you missing? You're missing Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin. You had them going there. You had Kentucky. That's one of the best things I have. I have NC State to the Elite 8. But you had that there. You got this one right, Illinois and Iowa State. And you got UConn and San Diego State, right?
Houston, Duke.
Let's see. You had GCU.
I did. I was so mad.
You had GCU beating Charleston. Wow. So you had a little double upset right there. And then
Yeah,
it was your first round right here is where it kind of crumbled.
Yeah, and I had Clemson in my Sweet 16, and then you guys made me change it because they were so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought the New Mexico
what I get for listening to people who actually watch the sport.
I don't. No, that was all Fetterman. You're blaming me right now. That was all.
I'm not blaming you at all. I'm blaming Fetterman and Francis.
Yeah, and then here we go. Tennessee over South Carolina. And you had South Carolina too. Oh, me and you both have it.
Yeah. I fucked up on South Carolina.
Yeah. And then you got Tennessee over Purdue, Arizona over UNC.
My Final Four is all intact still.
So the only team that you're missing is who in your Elite Eight? Oh, you're missing Wisconsin?
No, you're looking at the Sweet 16. I don't have Wisconsin in my Wisconsin's not in the Elite Eight yet.
Oh, who do you have in your Elite Eight then? Okay. Houston, Kentucky.
Yeah, Houston, Kentucky. UConn, Iowa State. So that's 3 out of 4 right
dead.
now. My Elite Eight, Arizona's in it, UNC's in it, Tennessee's in it, Purdue's in it. So I have 7 of my Elite Eight still in it. Yeah. The problem is
you could still do really good though.
That's exactly that's the whole thing. Like my first and second round aren't great, but my 7 of my Elite 8 are still in it. So I can bounce right back.
I honestly might do a second chance bracket too.
Yeah, we might.
Second chance brackets, I always forget to do them. Okay, how the fuck do I go back to them?
By the way, I tried the whole thing. We didn't talk about it, but it was something we both agreed on. It was like, just do one bracket. Yeah. You have a different result than me, but I wish I did multiple this year. I think I should have done multiple.
Yeah, I don't know. I used to do when I was younger. I do like it all favorites and all underdogs.
Yeah, like I don't do that, but I'm saying like maybe like 2 or 3 brackets.
Yeah, man, I'm up right now. These are my 2 money ones down here. I'm in second in that one and third in that one. So I need those 2. That's why I really need to win. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I love DJ Burns. That's probably my favorite player.
Of course you do.
I love him. He's awesome. He's great. He went on Part of My Take this morning, and I saw a clip from it that on the side, outside of basketball, he owns vending machines. And he has vending machines, and he just puts snacks in, and he collects the money.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. Where's Oakland located? It is located right outside Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah. Both of Francis's parents went to Michigan. I mean,
I actually know somebody who goes there, so that's the only reason why I know.
Same thing where like UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Know plenty of people that went to UMBC when they beat Virginia.
Oh,
that was crazy.
Yeah, I know that was.
The Retrievers.
Dude, we don't have that was our guy though. That was like every year there's always a guy in March Madness, you know?
Oh, Jack Golke.
He was the guy for a day.
By the way, that is what NIL is supposed to be about.
Yeah.
Like the whole idea of NIL being terrible, the counter that argument is exactly what happened to Jack Golke in the 48 hours after that game.
Yeah. He made
I mean, there's a story. Shabazz Napier, who was a March Madness hero, was talking about how he was damn near homeless while he was the hero of March Madness. Like, that shouldn't happen when your college is making millions off of you. Mm-hmm. Jack Golke got all of these, like, that is why NIL exists. Yeah. It is very new, and there's a lot of changes that need to and will be made. But the concept of it, that's why it exists, and it should exist.
Yeah.
Shit, look at Livy Dunn.
Yeah.
I mean, you realize that she's a multi-millionaire now?
Yeah, in college.
She has earned millions, and I mean millions and millions of dollars. Not like 1 or 2, like 10 million plus off of these endorsements and TikTok and all that through 4 years in college.
And her boyfriend's about to be in the MLB for the next, probably 10, 15 years.
Yeah. But that's why NIL exists, and it should.
Yeah, no, that is. That is. Do you want to get into some other rule changes? I know that you know all about them.
Yeah. So the first one, the kickoff one, is they're going to discuss it again tomorrow. Usually you don't get more than 1 day of discussions and owners meetings. Usually they just table it.
That's a very big change.
And they are willing to, they're going to talk about it again tomorrow, so they might get it done. They did change, the one thing they did change was how we talked about how the kickoff going on the fly touchback would be a 35. They changed that where if it goes on the fly, it would go to the 30. Other than that, it's the same thing. Which actually I like that better. The 30. I mean, the 35 felt really like. But we've talked about kickoff. Well, I love it. If any people don't like it because they don't understand it. That's what I really think is they don't understand what the rule is. You're getting rid of the only thing you get rid of is surprise onside kicks, which there were a whopping 2 of last season. Do you know how many? I think the number is 17. No, it's 18. There, with this new rule change, you would be eliminating the 2 surprise onside kicks that we saw last year and replacing it with what is estimated to be 1,800 more kickoff returns. Does that sound good to you? I think that sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm with it.
I think we can get on board with that.
I'm with it.
They talked about tabling it, but I did see that they were talking about how they're going to go back tomorrow. It probably will still get tabled today.
Now, Josh, talking about kickoffs and talking about onside kicks, obviously this isn't in the kickoff rule change, but what do you think about what's always been talked about for years? I think that it would be like a 4th and 20.
Yeah, I'm for it.
You're for it? I think they'll be fine. I do like seeing an onside kick every once in a while, though.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Okay. What other rules you got first, Joshua?
There are only 2 others that got approved.
Okay.
The other one is the challenge. The way it's worked in the past is you get 2 challenges. If you get them both right, you get a third. Now, if you get one of the 2 challenges right, you get the third. So you don't have to get them both right. Okay, that's the other one.
Yeah.
And then the third one, I'm trying to remember what it was. It's not as big. But I guess that makes sense for the challenge. Like that's
that makes sense. That's fine.
You just need to get one of them right instead of both to get that third one.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking right now to see what the third one was that they have. Here it is. Hip drop, rule change. To allow for an enforcement of a major foul to the basically, if an offense gets penalized before they change possessions. Oh, if there's like offsetting penalties.
Yeah.
But it's when they change a possession, the team on offense can still get penalized for it. I don't fully know what they mean by that, but
when there's a turnover on the play,
I guess, yeah. Oh, so if it was like, my guess is like, let's say someone throws a pick. And the defense is offsides and the offense was holding. It would like be offsetting plays, but the holding would still be enforced on the offense. I think that's what it would be.
I don't know. That's just minor.
That's the minor like rule that doesn't matter. The other 2 are actually like, okay, interesting. And then the kickoff, they're gonna talk about again tomorrow. But another thing that came out, because the thing about the owners' meetings is everyone gets to talk, including a team president of the Baltimore Ravens, known as Sashi Brown. And guess what? Apparently, there are discussions that began about Baltimore hosting an NFL draft in the near future.
Sweet, that's good.
Yeah, I mean, now I think my guess is it would be held in the Inner Harbor, which okay, sure. I
mean, we think about it. This year it's Detroit. Next year it's Green Bay. Then where is it after that?
I think they announced the year after. I'm not sure if they announced the year after yet.
It might be.
But it's interesting. I'm all for it. I don't know where the fuck they'd put it, but I'm all for it.
Let's see. Oh, host cities for 2024 and beyond. Okay. Here we go. 2024, yep, Detroit. 2025, Green Bay.
I think they announced the one after that.
Future draft? No, they have not. At least from sportingnews.com, they have not announced it yet for 2026 or 2027.
Well, I guess we might host one of those too.
I like that. I like that they're going everywhere with the draft.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the best things the NFL has done in the last decade is the rotation of draft. I mean, it was in Radio City for all those years. They did 2 years in Chicago, and we're like, why don't we just take this on the road?
Yeah, and no, they did it. No, they did it 1 year in Chicago.
What?
They did it 1 year here, and then they
they did 2. They did 2.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, I only went to one of them, I think.
Yeah. Then they did like Philly, Dallas, Cleveland, Vegas, Kansas City.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clear the NFL wants to put it in all the cities that will never host a Super Bowl.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. It's perfect for those teams. It's perfect because it's still something that you could go to
it's
and
huge.
That. Oh yeah, the draft is huge. The NFL does a major setup for the draft. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great time. Now, will I drive to Green Bay when the draft's there? No. No.
Dig for yourself, man. I had a great time of the drive last year.
Oh yeah, no, the draft's awesome. No, it's just I don't know. If I had any year to go to the draft, it would have been this year because it means so much this year, you know. But at the same time, it's like going to the Bears draft party. That's a damn good time, you know. Like Josh, we've talked about this before, and it brings up the question again. If the Ravens made the Super Bowl, would you rather be at the Ravens Super Bowl or at a massive Ravens watch party with like over 10,000 fans, let's say?
If the Ravens hosted an event, if it was not like at some like sports bar that like
no, like at the stadium or something.
Yeah, like if the Ravens hosted something in M&T Bank Stadium, that would be my answer.
Like I'd say, like I would say, if you guys had an NBA team, I'd say it like the NBA arena, like they have it. But like if the Bears were in the Super Bowl, they'd probably have one at like the United Center because it's cold to sell here, and it's cold to sell there too, in Baltimore. But I don't know. That's a really good question. I don't know what I do because you remember the videos from Detroit this year.
Yeah.
And it was nuts. It was fucking insane. I don't know what I do. That's a really interesting point to bring up. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited for the draft. Are you going? Are you going to Detroit?
Well, the applications for all that came out last week. We applied. We're probably going to find out in a week or two. In theory, yeah, we should. There are some rumors that the NFL is taking the number that they say yes to a little bit back. They're going to say yes to a little bit less than last year. There are some rumors about that, but I mean, in theory, we got approved last year. I don't see why we wouldn't this year, but you never know. There's no reason to assume that we won't.
Just to go?
What?
Would you go if you wouldn't got approved, like just to go to the draft?
I would. I'm not sure Michael would. I would.
Michael will just be excited to go on the airplane.
Yeah.
He'll go with you 100%. But yeah, no, I'm really excited. We're actually officially 1 month away from today.
Yes.
Today marks 1 month away from the NFL draft. And I'm just sitting here. I already know what's happening with the first overall pick, but I'm just sitting here debating 9. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
What would you think about when you look at the Bears in that 9 spot? What would you think about them trading back?
I think I would not be against that. I mean, don't you guys only have like 4 or 5 picks this year?
Yes, that's it.
Absolutely trade back.
How far back?
I don't know. Depends. Here's the thing is that we were talking about these JJ McCarthy rumors and like, oh, maybe it's just not true. They're getting louder. So it's clear that like he's gonna go and he's gonna go highly.
Yeah, and so, no, not McCarthy. Harbaugh is helping those rumors very much.
Of course he is.
Saying that JJ McCarthy is the best quarterback that he's ever seen throw a football.
Yeah, he also has the 5th pick.
Yeah, he does have the 5th pick too.
Right, come on. He's got the 5th pick.
But I think he'll be happy with Justin Herbert. He'll be very happy.
I'm talking about teams wanting to trade up to 5.
Yeah, but still, he's been doing this for forever. He loves this kid, man. He loves him. Yeah. I still can't believe that was so weird to see him in the coach's picture.
Yeah.
Dude, we could sit here and dissect that image for probably like 30 minutes.
How many coaches in that picture can you name?
I think most. But guess who you can't name in the picture because he wasn't in it?
Yeah, Eberflus, I'm guessing?
He wasn't in it. I don't know where he was.
Yeah. I mean, every year there's like 3 or 4 coaches that don't do it.
My favorite part about that picture, though, is Andy Reid. Every year.
He's got the Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah, he's wearing his Hawaiian shirt. He looks like a dad on vacation.
He is.
It's perfect.
Because he is a dad on vacation in that moment.
Yeah, he is. And then, like, I think that Big Cat, he does a whole blog about this, just giving him.
I know Kyle Brandt does it. Kyle Brandt.
Yeah. Dissecting all the coaches from the coach's picture.
This whole Good Morning Football thing about like them all moving to LA, it's going to be interesting. NFL Network is in a weird spot. Like quietly, NFL Network has been struggling in the last year or so in terms of funds and all that. Like NFL media is really, and Ian Rappaport's a free agent and very soon as well.
He's going to probably sign.
NFL media has quietly really, they've been, yes, we do read chat. We have not acknowledged the chat, I think, once this stream, but we do. We usually do.
Yes.
But quietly, NFL Network has really been struggling, and that's been kind of one of those under the radar stories.
Yeah,
that is going to be interesting.
Where would Rappaport sign to?
And shit, I mean,
not ESPN. They already have Schefter.
Look at what Shams did. He did FanDuel, Stadium, and someone else. You don't sign with one network. Just go everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, he's probably, him and Schefter, those are the two top NFL reporters. Yeah. He'd probably.
But here's the thing: Mike Garafolo and Tom Pelissero, they can hold it down if Rap Sheet leaves. They got it.
Yeah, they could, but maybe. What about? I'm thinking maybe NBC. Somebody's going to pay Ian Rappaport a lot.
Replace Mike Flores.
Somebody's going to pay him a lot of money.
That will always be his name.
Yeah. Somebody's going to give Ian Rappaport all the money in the fucking world to keep reporting on and breaking the news. How do you think that they get that job? I was talking
about this during the March Madness stream. That's such an interesting job. It's one of the very few jobs that literally you cannot have unless if you're a cool person.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to, your whole job is to become friends with people so they tell you shit.
Yeah.
So it is one of the very few jobs where your number one qualification is, are you cool? Like, are you someone I would hang out with? And if not, you literally can't do the job.
Yeah. And he has connections on every single NFL team. Every single one. All 32 of them. Yep. He probably knows at least 20, 25 people in each organization.
But people now reach out to him when you get to that level.
Yeah, they do. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And he hears a little bit of news.
October. I don't know about Burns. I don't know.
I'm back in school. No, I got class at 5:00 tonight. So
actually November, but
class at 5:00. It's not fun, Josh. It's not fun.
Yeah, no, they have a long spring break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Towson University.
Shout out.
Yeah.
I did sign up for 2 classes in the fall, which is yeah, don't get too excited. Fundamentals of coaching and a media class.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's CCBC. Pretty easy. Yeah, no, that's simple enough. Dude, that was just right away, Josh, when you went there and you said that you had classes on Monday and Thursday nights during the fall.
That whole program was designed to whittle out people because it's called FTP, Freshman Transition Program. And the whole it's like you're not in the university, but you're in the university. You get to live there. But the classes are from the community college. They're 2.5 hour long classes and they're at night. And those of you, and it has like a 75 to 80% success rate. Like if you have you have to have like a 3.0, and if you do, you move on to the university, and if not, you're out. Most people succeed because most people do the work and shit. But if you're someone like me who had no motivation to do it, didn't feel like it, and it was during the nighttime, and you can't focus for shit, which is me, it's not gonna go well. So yeah, it was a disaster waiting to happen. But I had fun then. Just the whole going to class.
I bet you did.
Yeah, I went back to my high school, and they had a teacher that knew me well. He was kidding, but he's 1,000% right. And I was like, yeah, no, Towson wasn't a good fit. And he goes, why? Because he had to go to class and do work? Yeah, actually, that's exactly right. That's the exact reason why it was not a good fit. That's actually a great point. He was kidding, but he's 100% right.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Oh my God, freshman year, dude, I fucking hated it. I hated class year. But now once you get done with all the riffraff classes, Josh, it's so easy.
Yeah, I know. I just I've been allergic to busy work since I was 10, and that's kind of all of college. So it didn't really go well.
That's all it is. It's all just busy work, and it's all a bunch of bullshit. That's all it is. But yeah.
And my whole strategy of just kind of not doing it didn't work as well in college as it did in high school.
No. As long as you complete the assignment, teachers will usually give you at least a C.
Yeah, but my whole thing was I was able to just get the teachers to like me, and I kind of just bullshit my way through the system, and then it's a little different when you're not in a school that is specialized to have kids who can't focus or have learning differences and shit like that, where every
Yeah.
class is like 10 kids in it, and your teacher knows every single student very, very well. And then you go to normal school for normal people, and unfortunately, I'm not normal, so it didn't go well. But,
Dude, right now, I don't know about you, but just making videos sucks so much right now.
Our numbers on Twitch is because the name change, which on April 9th, we can finally change it back. By the way, it was my brother.
It was your brother?
It was. Yeah.
But
I knew it wasn't someone that hacked in, because if someone actually hacked us, first of all, they would have hacked all of our socials. And second of all, I don't think that's the change they would have made.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's not what they would have went with.
You ask him, like, why? Like, what was the...
He thought it was funny. Which, objectively, it kind of was, but it's really fucked with my numbers.
Yeah, I know it has. No, I mean, dude, it's just been just finding ideas, shit to talk about right now, dude.
Well, because here's the thing. You and I do it differently. You post multiple videos every single day, whether there's something to talk about or not.
Yeah.
For me, it's just based off whether to talk about. And I want to do a little more, because I just need to get big. It's tough to grow when you're in that, like, I've seen this on TikTok and experienced it, and we experienced it on our first account too, where the growth when you're first, like, getting bigger is not that difficult once you get in a rhythm, and you can get to like 50,000, 40,000, no problem. That, like, middle ground of 40, 50, 60, 70K, we've been stuck in for damn near a year at this point.
Bro.
But then once you get out of it, then you can grow again.
Yeah.
But, like, this middle ground is so tough. Like, our numbers have been just kind of stagnant. And I've been experimenting with just, like, how much sounds to use, which sounds to use, which sounds not to use. It's tough.
Well, you see, I'm lucky with the sound choice. I'm lucky.
Yeah, you just use the same one.
Dude, you ever click on there? You ever click on the
I did once, and I had curiosity. I was like, is this just only your videos? Yep. Yeah, it is.
It's crazy, dude. You click on Bear Down.
Yeah. It's only you.
It's awesome, though. I love it.
You own the sound.
Yeah. 8,000 posts to that. Dude, how many posts do you think there would be to that sound if I just didn't make videos?
Like 1,000.
Probably, honestly.
How many videos have you made, would you say?
Oh.
You could check.
How?
It's like if you look up your own account, it'll tell you, I think. At least it used to. I don't know if it still does. Let's see.
I don't know. I could go on social.
Let's see if that's the case for me. Let's see if I can do it.
Okay.
Look up my account.
But Social Blade TikTok sucks, so I'll see if it works. Let's see. I have a D-, it says. Holy shit. No, wait. Okay.
No, they got rid of it.
How many videos do you think that I posted?
Oh, wait, here it is. It's right here. If you go into users, it says it. So for me, there's 1,067.
Okay. How many do you think that I posted?
Well, it's the new account for you. I'm going to guess about 2,000. Let's see what it says. I got the number. I can tell you what it is.
I see it too.
3889.
3889.
That's what it says on TikTok. What is it saying on for you?
On TikTok, I got 3945.
What's this? 3889 right there.
3945. That's crazy.
So weird.
Isn't that crazy how many videos?
Yeah, that's weird that number's not the same.
Dude. Not on my second account. I only have 11K on there though.
Well, this shit better not get banned, man.
I used to post on there. It won't, Josh. It won't. Because look, dude, here's the thing. Once we can talk about that real quick, actually. Once that bill passes, you know that there's a line of people waiting to buy it, right?
Well, there's a lot of money though. And it does take, that's the whole thing, is it's not like you don't wake up tomorrow and it's gone. There's 6 months that would be in
You know who's one of the people who wants to buy it?
The dude from Shark Tank.
Yeah, no, Mr. Wonderful, he wants to buy it.
Does he have the money for that?
Yes, he's rich. He's loaded, dude.
No, there's rich and then there's buying TikTok. We're taught like Elon Musk is one of the very few people that can wake up and say, you know what, I'm going to buy Twitter and then do it. It's the same thing with TikTok. Like it's one thing to have like, oh yeah, you got hundreds of millions, but you're going to need something that starts with the letter B.
It says that his net worth. It says that his net worth is $400 million.
Like, yeah, that would not be enough.
Mark Cuban could. He's got $4.6 billion in net worth.
Like that would be enough.
But also, like, dude, some American company, like, dude, Microsoft could totally come in and just buy it.
But like, is it that like I feel like they would strike that down, like monopoly shit.
But also, no. Here's the thing: if this happens, and the company that owns TikTok, if they don't sell it, dude, that's one of the dumbest business moves ever.
Well,
you either make a shitload of money or you make no money.
Well, if this whole China thing is true, then they won't.
Well, no, they will sell it. They will sell it. Because they're only selling the U.S. division. That's all they're selling. They're not selling the companies. They're selling 80%.
You know who's in support of this bill? Michael Mursky.
He is?
Yes. He has a whole thing about China and stealing faces. I'm not kidding. That I've tried to hear. He doesn't make his whole argument doesn't make sense. We'll talk to him next time he comes on the show about his whole China stealing faces.
TikTok. Makes sense. It does. I mean, that's a Michael take to have.
But like, what I don't understand, stealing information. I try to explain. Like, okay, if you're trying to say stealing information, that's one thing. The face has nothing to do with that, and he insists that no, that's actually a big part of it.
Dude, they can have my face.
Yeah, that's what I said. As long as I'm allowed to post videos, I got nothing to hide.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Instagram Reels has been popping lately, though. That's the thing. I don't know about you, dude. It's been going crazy.
My video of funny NFL stadium fails has went nuts on there.
Dude, it's just the most random videos that will just go boom. Yeah. They'll go nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm really just excited for it.
I had a video on Instagram from August of 2020 or September of 2022, which was like when Lamar and Flacco played each other. And it was like a sad, like some kind of sad sound in the background. Yesterday, I got a notification telling me that it was blocked in Russia. Yesterday, this video from September of 2022 that was on Instagram, I just randomly got, it's like, your video cannot be viewed in some region. Click on it, it's like, it has been muted in Russia because UMG something.
Lines up.
It's like, all right, well, good to know.
That's Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is Instagram Reels. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting though. I don't know.
It is.
I just we need it. Need to stay. Need it to stay.
Yeah. You can. But I don't know. I think that's really gonna do it for today, you think? We got anything else?
Yeah. It's been a fun episode.
We just kind of ranted on. We'll be back here on Wednesday. Yeah, I should be able to do Friday as well, too. So we're good for a full week this week. Next Friday, I can't, but that's a good reason why I can't do next Friday is because at 1:20 p.m., I will be at Wrigley Field for Cubs-Dodgers for my first Cubs game of the year against the gambler himself, Shohei Ohtani.
Actually, we got to talk about that.
Okay. No, he won. Hold on. I did some research, Josh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't fully understand the story here.
They don't know what the bets were. They don't know who placed the bets.
Right. Well, who placed the bet is the whole point.
But there was a wire transfer of $4.5 million in Shohei Ohtani's name to this bookie, to their bookie. Now, here's the thing, Josh.
Was it on baseball?
Here's the thing, Josh. Did Michael Jordan just leave the NBA because he wanted to play baseball after winning 3 championships? No. Did Shohei Ohtani's interpreter, who has a salary of maybe $100,000 a year, somehow rack up $4.5 million in gambling debt by himself? No. It was Shohei Ohtani.
Here's the question. Was he betting on baseball?
That's the big question in the air, and the MLB is doing
Well,
an
if he wasn't
investigation.
betting on baseball, it's one thing. If he and this is something, just sports betting in general. Now, the second this shit got legalized, my grandfather has been telling me over and over and over, and I agree with him that this is not good for sports as a whole. Is it fun? Sure. Is it yeah, fine. Have you seen the Tim Donaghy documentary on Netflix?
Mm-mm.
It scared the fuck out of me. You know why? Because it showed just how easy it was for a ref to get into it.
Yeah, no, it's easy. I mean, it's a lot harder nowadays.
It outlined the exact. No, it would be easier now.
And no, there's eyes everywhere.
Because this was all underground.
Yeah, I know, but there's eyes everywhere.
This was when it wasn't legal.
Mm-hmm.
It scared the fuck out of me because it outlined so, like, how easy it would be for a ref, an athlete. This is the whole thing. As fans, who cares if a fan bets on a game?
Yeah.
The second you get a story out there of a high-profile athlete or a ref or a coach that was betting against their team, that is going to be massive. You thought Deflategate was big? Nothing will compare. And it's not if, it's when. Someone is going to get busted in one of the 4 sports for betting against their team.
Yeah.
And
Shohei.
Theoretically, it comes out that Shohei Ohtani, and I'm not accusing him, we have no idea. But let's say theoretically Shohei Ohtani got busted for betting against the Angels.
Yeah.
Do you realize how big of a deal that would be? Now, there's no reason to assume that's the case. But I'm throwing that out there.
They're doing a full-fledged investigation, but
the integrity of the game is, and that I go back to that Calvin Ridley take I had. The reason why I was so passionate about it, I think at that point we didn't know whether or not it was betting on the NFL or not. I'm betting like for or against his team.
Yeah. I
will stand on this take that if you get caught betting for or against your team, that ban for life. I stand by that.
Yeah, ban for life.
I mean, on the spot.
Yeah. That'd be crazy if he did, dude. Dodgers would be in shambles.
The MLB would be in shambles.
Yeah.
Because then everyone was like, well, if he's doing it.
Yeah.
He got caught.
But all right, yeah. I don't know. I think he did it. We'll see. We'll see if it comes out.
Scary story that hopefully goes away. And I bet you the MLB is going to do everything they can. That if it is true that he was betting on baseball, to do everything they can to bury that story and make sure that no one ever finds out.
Yeah. No, they will. They will. But all right. Thank you guys for joining.
That's a good way to end it. There you go.
It. Yeah. We will be back on Wednesday, maybe with some more news about it if more things do come out. But we'll be talking that. We'll be talking some ball. We'll see you guys here on Wednesday. Thank you for joining. We appreciate it. Deuces, boys.
See you guys.